What up, pimps and pimpettes? This is Doc Illingsworth, and this is another episode of Illing's Advice, where you send me questions, I answer them, and hopefully I don't piss you off too much. So, let's check the email. We got a question here from my buddy, Robo Rob. Robo Rob asks, one of my neighbors lets their dog make a mess outside the door of the entrance to my building. How would Illingsworth address the situation? Send from your iPhone. Shout out to iPhone. You ain't had to stun on me like that at the end of the email. I don't have an iPhone. Thanks, Rob. So you got a neighbor that lets their dog make a mess outside the door of the entrance to your building. That's really interesting. Isn't that illegal to do that? You know, just let your dog do stuff and leave it? If you wanted to be a real snitch uptight type of person, you could probably call the police. But I guess you want to know what I would do. I wouldn't do any of that. I think if somebody was letting their dog make a mess outside the entrance to this building, I would probably try to catch them in the act, and then maybe I would talk to them respectfully. What did you expect me to say? You expected me to say something like, oh, I would go shit outside their door, right outside the door to their apartment, just shit all over it, smear their door with shit, put shit on the doorknob, maybe liquefy some shit through some unknown process and just let that seep underneath the door, soak into their welcome mat. You thought that I was going to suggest you do some shit like that, but I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not an animal. Animals make messes outside the door, as we saw with your neighbor and their animal. So yeah, I would say just try to catch this person in the act if you can. You know what I mean? You might have to do a little stakeout, camp out, get some donuts, a little bit of coffee, get some binoculars, wait for him to pop back up with the dog, catch the dog mid-squeeze before the turd cutter cuts the turd off while it's still dangling and hanging, and you catch him and you let him know, hey buddy, this ain't right. You need to have your baggies on deck so that you can swoop that up, place it in the proper receptacle. Anything else is uncivilized. Hope that answers your question. Thanks for sending the question, Rob. And if any of you other guys out there want your question answered, all you gotta do is email illingsadvice@gmail.com, and I'll try to help you out. And if I can't help you out, then something will happen. Either the problem will overwhelm you and your life will be ruined, or I'll say something that won't help you and your life will still be ruined, or in very rare cases, I'll say something and it will be incredibly helpful, meaningful, and your life will go on with all the glory that you had originally planned for it to have. Have a great